So what we're going to do, we're going to dive into this MLS Amateur here. Right. Very important, guys. If you have Andre Blake, I've mentioned this before, but just as a reminder, if you have Andre Blake, you cannot use him in MLS Amateur this weekend, right? If you use Andre Blake in MLS Amateur this weekend, he will not score you points. The game shows you that he has a match this weekend, which gives you the impression that he's going to be playing in this game. But he is away with the Jamaica national team playing in the Gold Cup. And you can see the last 2 games he's registered scoring for international games, right? So even though he comes up and he's available to be selected here, if you select him in the MLS Amateur, you are going to get 0 points. So do not make that mistake. There's nothing that Sorare apparently can do, although they say they can't do anything right now. But I'm sure in the future, they'll work out a fix where like someone like Andre Blake will just not show up here. It will show up that he has a international game. When you look into the CAP 220, it will show you that he has 2 games, but in the MLS Amateur, it only shows you that he has a game for Philadelphia against Atlanta. Just don't pick him. And be very careful with all of your players that you play in an amateur competition, because if you have other players that are playing for their national teams in the Gold Cup, then they will still be available. So I think this team has a good chance, but I think also this team will probably be decided based on what Brad Guzan does. Yeah, I think I agree with you, FBL Thinker. Good team, very good players here. Brad Guzan is not our main goalkeeper, right? But we're having to use him because of Andre Blake, and we don't really like the other options that are available for this price point with his L15. So we're going to stick with him and just hope that he can smash a huge one. FBL Thinker has Fry, Wagner, Gil, Mukhtar, and Carranza. That's pretty good, actually. That's very good. How much is Fry? Because Fry, like, that's the one thing we haven't looked at here, actually. We only looked at swapping out Brad Guzan. In fact, we wouldn't be able to do it. Because even if we wanted to do it, like, Fry's an excellent goalkeeper, by the way. If we wanted to swap out Guzan here, right, we'd have to then swap out somebody else, which should probably then be Claudio Bravo. But Claudio Bravo, look, we only paid 41 for Claudio Bravo, and we're going to struggle to find somebody that can hit the same heights as a Claudio Bravo for that cost. Like, the alternative is to then swap out Vela. Maybe that's what we do, right? I mean, I like Vela a lot. Maybe we look at, like, let's explore it, actually. And then if we say that we're going to swap out Guzan and then Carlos Vela, like, because we want to keep Pulido, we want to keep these 2 for sure. We want to keep, really, Kai Wagner for sure, and then most likely Claudio Bravo. Yeah, we could maybe look at Carlos Vela, because if we're not going to use Carlos Vela, right, this weekend, which we're not, to be honest with you, in this fixture, then it seems like a waste, doesn't it? To leave, like, 51, a player that costs 51, on the bench, then just to kind of play a goalkeeper that we don't really want to play. So maybe this is what we need to do, actually. So we now have 95, right? So then if we... Let's lock this in, guys, and then we can move on. So Josef Martinez, let's confirm that. So we're going to make a swap here. We're going to swap out Brad Guzan. We're going to swap out Carlos Vela. And we're going to bring in Stefan Fry, who's got a really good fixture this weekend, to hopefully give us a better chance for a clean sheet. And then what we're also going to do, just to prepare our MLS amateur team for when Messi joins Inter Miami, we're going to also bring in Josef Martinez whilst his L15 is really low, because then when Messi joins, Messi should be able to provide him way more goal-scoring opportunities. So his goal scored should go up when Messi joins. Let's lock that in. This is quite cool, actually. I always forget that this is here. You know what they need to do, Sorare? They need to, and I've mentioned this so many times before, right? This market highlights is really cool. And honestly, like, I have forgotten that they have put this here because I often don't click the market, right? Usually when you want to go and check out the market, you hover over the market and then you click on new card auctions or starter packs or manager sales, right? But in order to see the market highlights here, you actually have to click on the market, and then you can see this page here, which looks really cool. And then you can kind of see some of the activity that's been happening, right? But what I said when Sorare launched the manager homepage is that the manager homepage is really trash, right? I don't like it. It's too basic. It's still too basic. Look, this is not evolved in 6 months. This is exactly what it used to look like, basically, 6 months ago. And it's 6 months ago, it was basic, and they haven't done enough to improve this, in my opinion. Look, you've still got this really crappy play with friends thing. It's just not good, right? And what I said at the time is that what Sorare should do is they should give you the ability to be able to see stuff like that. Like the market highlights, you should be able to see at a glance. So when you log into Sorare, you immediately can see who are the players that are being sold or bought, who are the highest risers in their value, right? So this market highlights here, this is really cool, but this needs to be like an option, or it needs to be moved to the manager homepage. So probably leave it here, but then just give managers the ability to be able to see it so that they can customize their homepage and be able to say, I want to see that at a glance, really cool market activity on my homepage. Rather than seeing this really, look at this, this looks so bad. It still looks so bad. And they launched this 6 months ago. And I was very critical of it 6 months ago. I got a lot of criticism from the community for being critical of it, but I think my criticism is justified. It's not really evolved this in 6 months, is it? It's still exactly the same. So I would love to be able to see that, actually, that they bring this to the manager homepage. That would be great. But what we're going to do... Oh, look at that. The top sales over the last 7 days has been Erling Haaland. So it's really cool. This is really cool. Look, the most exchanged players in the limited cards is Joe Bendick over the last 7 days. Over the last 24 hours, it's Julio Cascante. This is so cool, but it's just a little bit almost hidden, because most of the time you don't get on this page. Most of the time, when you want to go to the market, you just hover over it and then select new card auctions, right? And then you can't see this information there, or you then just go to the manager points. On Pookie, all you need to do is you just need to finish in the top 50%. And if you finish in the top 50%, you can then earn some cryptocurrency. It's really cool, man. It's really cool. I've been earning a lot of crypto from it very easily. And guys, let me show you how good and bad I've been doing, right? So I've only been playing for like the past 2 months or so. I've made 102 predictions. I have only got the exact score correct 9% of the time. My over-under 2.5 predictions have been correct massively, though, by 70%. And then I've correctly predicted home draw or away in 44% of my predictions. And the great thing about Pookie, right, is actually there's actually 2 really good things about Pookie that I love. The 2 headline things about Pookie. The first one is the fact that you only need to finish in the top 50%, right? Which is just so generous. It's like, I keep talking about it, and I keep saying it's almost like robbing the bank, because it's just like earning crypto passively for not much effort, really, not much energy. The second great thing about it is that you don't even need to 100% get your predictions correct in order to finish in the top 50%. So this is match day 8 right now that I'm entering in, and like we have 6 more games left to play, right? Which is just the games that we've been like putting our score predictions on. And what's really funny is that like we've missed 2 games here, right? So we have not fully predicted in this league. We've actually have missed out 2 games here. Then we got 1 game completely wrong. We get 0 points at all, right? We get nothing. Then we only have 1 game that we predicted so far that we've actually earned some points from, right? But look at where we are in the leaderboard. We're 129th, right? Out of 237. So let's say there's 240 players, right, in this league. You have to finish in the top 50% to earn some crypto. We've only predicted 1 game here. We predicted 2 games. One of them was completely wrong. One of them was partially correct, and we got a little bit of points from it. The other 2 games so far, we haven't even predicted on. So we're doing terrible here at the moment. And we are close to finishing in the top 50%. And we still have 6 more games to go. So what we're hoping is that we can get more scores like this, right? Because this is a partially correct score. And if we get more partially correct scores here, we'll easily finish in the top 50%. Easily. It's easy money. It's really good. This is just one match day though. If I take it back here and show you a better match day that we had, we go into the USA League here, right? And again, feel free to use make sure guys, don't just feel free, but make sure you use the link in the chat if you want to get started on Pookie, because it massively helps to support this channel, and it also means you get the best start possible on Pookie. And then you can obviously jump on these streams and then we'll help you on Pookie, right? But here's like some of the match days that I've done recently, and I haven't even done that great. But look, match day 5, right? This was our best ever finish in Pookie so far. We finished 14th out of 476, right? 14th. You only need to finish in the top 50%. So we could have finished like, what, 240th? Something like that. And we would have still earned some mattage. We finished 14th. And if I click on this match day here, what you'll see is that we got 2 games completely wrong. This one we got completely wrong, and this one we got completely wrong, right? Then we only got 3 correct scores, 100%. So this one we got 100%, this one and this one, right? So we had 2 games completely wrong, only 3 games we got 100% correct, and then we had a lot of other games where we got them partially correct, and we still finished 14th. I mean, honestly, if you're not playing this right now, I don't know what to tell you, because you don't even need to be that good to earn crypto right now. You really don't. And I've just shown you that. We've done quite well at getting a lot of consistent scoring across here, right? Where if you can get a lot of these smiley faces, then you will consistently get into the top 50%. But to finish 14th when you've got 2 scores completely wrong, as in we had 2 games out of 10 that gave us no points whatsoever, and we only got 3 correct scores, right? We finished 14th. We nearly got onto our podium. And we earned 9 point, how much was it? We earned 9.15 mattage, right? Keep in mind here that the ball that we used for this prediction, the ball that we used, right? Let me just show you it. Get a Pookie ball. The ball that we used was this a rare mattage ball, not a rare mattage ball, a rare ball, right? So the rare ball that we bought cost 140 mattage, something like that. I think it was actually 135, but right now it's 140 mattage, right? So in one game week, we earned 10 mattage basically back from our investment. So that's just from one game week. Imagine how many more game weeks we need to play in order to recoup the cost of our rare ball. And our common ball, by the way, one of our common balls has already paid for itself now. So our first common ball we bought for $22. Our first month of playing we earned $11, and then we played a little bit more. We've now fully paid back, fully recouped the full cost of one of our common balls that we have. We have 3 common balls, so this one is already paid for now. This common ball is already paid for. We're just earning mattage now just to recoup the cost from our other balls, and then once we do that, we've then got all of our investment back, and we can continue to still play Pookie and still predict on games, right? Completely for free then, as in risk-free, and then we can just earn mattage weekly. We're also going to be back again tonight, guys, for the Luton to Legend. So yes, we're going to be continuing our Sorare Football Manager save tonight. We're going to try to... I haven't started it yet. Let me start it, isn't it? There you go. Start the raid so you guys can jump on. We're going to start the raid in a minute. We're going to be back again at 8 o'clock UK time tonight, guys. So make sure you jump on. You have a great chance to win loads of free tip scout fund coupons, and we're going to hopefully correct our team from giving away sloppy goals tonight as well. Let's go and join this raid. Thank you so much, guys, for the incredible support here today. You know I massively appreciate it. Love all of you guys for the incredible support. And hopefully I'll see most of you tonight as well at 8 o'clock. And I'll see you in Sorare Data's raid or channel in a second too. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you in